Hello guys, welcome back to Comic Book Cafe, and today we are going to go through Spider-Man 17, which came, well, the date is December 1991. This came out at the end of 1991. It is tied into the Infinity Gauntlet, even though it does not say that on the outside of the cover. So, here's Spider-Man, in Thanos with the Infinity Gauntlet in his hand. And of course, you turn the cover and you see Spider-Man swinging along, talking about having to meet Mary Jane and drop off barbecue sauce to Aunt May. Great first scene of him swinging. And then, of course, which actually I turned the wrong page. Oh no, this is not good. This is not good at all. So here we go. So here he is swinging through the city, thinking about what, barbecue sauce. And he sees these guys fall. And so basically he goes to save them. But by trying to save them, the scaffolding falls, and then he sees a woman and her little daughter, and he's like, I can't stop in time, so I'll try to, save them, which he does try to save them, but in the process, he gets hurt, severely hurt, and, of course, the barbecue sauce symbolically falls and breaks open, and then, there he is laying on the ground, looks like he's dead. And so here we are, he's supposedly a ghost looking at his own body, thinking about stuff, and he starts to float away. He's thinking, wow, being dead, I didn't think, I have emotion. What am I doing with emotion? I'm dead kind of thing. And of course, the page doesn't matter. Here we go. And then, here he is, seeing a light, so he goes, I'll go to the light, thinking, I'm going, he's going some kind of afterlife place. He goes and sees, the shrines around him, and he thinks they're not what he thought they would be, and then here he does, he sees Thanos and, of course, Lady Death. And, of course, he says, I thought you were dead, and, of course, Thanos is not dead. Then they start talking, Thanos says how your superhero is, wrong, and that all you've done is cause more bad than good, being a superhero, and then, he shows him laying there, and he wants to know what happened to the girl, the woman, and he shows him where it looks like the girl, isn't doing very well. And so he's sitting there, he's struggling with, emotions of the whole situation, she shouldn't die, she's too young. And then you see the girl here, and, he tries to save her, and Thanos says, you can't do it. It won't matter, and he swings and hits him, despite him saying, this isn't going to work. There's no way you can defeat me. Because, of course, Spider-Man never gives up. He always does what's right. Not nothing important there to see. And here we go. And so he's fighting with him, even though it's kind of futile because he has the Infinity Gauntlet. And so, of course, Thanos, blasts him with the Infinity Gauntlet, and Spider-Man goes flying. Spider-Man's laying there, and he won't give up, he's like, no matter what, he's not going to give up, he's going to save that girl, he's trying everything to stop him, even though, and Thanos is trying to use tactics against him, like how, what he's doing is futile, and how what he's done in the long term is bad, even though it's not. And so, here he is, Thanos trying to close in on him and everything, and then, eventually he's like, he sees Death, and it's like, what are you looking like that for, kind of thing. Look, she's never given him before, and Spider-Man goes to her, and he's, Thanos is kind of like bewildered, like, I can never please her, what's going on, and then they show us Spider-Man talk to her about what's right, and saving the girl, and I won't owe you anything. His mask changes, starts to wrap back around him. Kind of in a sense, symbolic of him coming back into the hero and Spider-Man, And then, next thing you see, he comes back to his body. Here's the girl, she's alright. They thank him for what he's done. And then he rushes off to take the girl to the hospital. Simply, one of these comic books with a good story about how they're testing the morals of the character, of what he believes in. And in the end, of course, he believes that what he does is right, and he saves the girl at the end of the day. So, guys, I hope you like this issue of the comic. I will talk to you guys later with another comic book.